Welcome once again to day 3 of our coding challenge. Yes, if you have not watched the day 1 and day 2 videos, please go and watch it. Go and watch it. It's very, very important. Okay, so that being said, today, being the day 3, we are going to learn about HTML elements. HTML elements. What is HTML elements? I'll just simply say HTML elements are the actual things you see on a web page. That's what we call HTML elements. And I'll show you, for instance, this is a web page and you see a lot of things on this page. Here you are seeing texts here you are seeing buttons, here you are seeing an image, and you are seeing buttons right there. So you are seeing icons. All these things that you see is what we call HTML elements. So HTML is not a magic, it's just structured text with meaning. All these that you're seeing here, they have meaning. Okay, they didn't just appear like magic. Now I'm going to open VS Code where we left off the other day, and right here we're going to explain what HTML elements is all about in practical. I'm going to clean all this up. Don't worry, we'll come back to it. So HTML element has three things that we must take note of. I'm going to bring this forward and I'll click here. Okay, the three things that makes up an element is this. One is called the open or the opening tag. Okay, that's number one. Number two is called the tag contents, or you just call it the contents. And three, you have the closing tag. So once you have these three things, then you have what we call HTML elements. And right, in putting it in code for us to see, I'm going to write something like this. So this is our open tag. Okay, and I'll put the contents. Hello world. This is the tag contents, and I'll put the last path, which is this. So these three things put together is what we call HTML elements. You must start with open tag. Later on you'll learn what tag is. You must have content in between, and you have the closing tag. Do not forget. Now, there are so many different types of HTML elements. This is helping us to put text to the screen. We have the element that helps us to put icon. We have element that helps us to put links. We have element that helps us to put pictures, videos, audios, graphics, and a whole lot of things. But and again, we have some elements that does not have this close or closing tag. For instance, we have the image elements. I put in img and I just put it this way. So this image element, it doesn't have close tag. Okay, so this is an exception. We also have another element that doesn't have a close tag. We call it the horizontal rule, just to give you line ticks. If you want to break this line, you have another element that doesn't have, okay, so this here, it doesn't have close tag. These are just some examples of HTML element that does not have close tags. But every other one, they have the three components: open tag, content, and the close tag. Okay. If you forget the closing tag, the browser, because we are in version 5 of HTML, the browser will automatically guess and then close it up for you. It will guess, let me say, the browser will guess what you are trying to do through the first tag, and then give you the right contents on the page. And then on the VS Code, once you put the open tag, like I do P, the VS Code will automatically complete it for me. Okay, but it's going to be somehow not good if you put only the open tag and then you type your contents right here. We can see it on the screen, right? But if you leave this along the line, your web page may likely have issues. So if the browser guesses wrong, then it will lead to problem on your page. What I'm saying in essence is to make sure that the three components that makes up an HTML element is complete. Okay, let me quickly list out some examples of HTML elements, and I would give you a little task to do. So first we have the heading elements, which range from H1 to H6. Yes, to H6. We have the paragraph elements. This is it right here. So let me just give example of one here. So in this heading, you just change the number: heading 2 H2, heading 3 H3, H4 H5 H6, while this is paragraph. And then we have the anchor elements. Let me just call it the anchor elements. This is A. This is the anchor element right here. Let me remove the attributes first. So this is the way you have it. Then we have another one, the image elements. I've talked about it. This is the image elements. Take away the attributes. We have the audio elements. Audio right there. And again, we have the video elements, just like so. Now there are so many other ones. We have the div elements, or we call it the div container. Okay, but this is the syntax right there. We have the section elements like this, and so on and so forth. So the things that you're going to do for me now is I want you to just run a quick browsing, check out for HTML5 elements, and you're going to see a whole lot of them. You are going to see a whole lot of them. Do well to read about them. In the end of our lesson for day 3. Day 4, we are going to talk about HTML tag and the heading elements. HTML tag, heading elements, and then we'll put them together to build something that is very simple. If you have any question, you feel free to drop your question in the comment section. If you have any question, feel free to drop your question in the comment section and I'm going to attend to it. Thank you and see you in day 4.